Hello everyone, Kiragami here, back with another vlog. And as you might have read from the title, today's video is about the idea of death. Yes, I know it seems like a very morbid topic to talk about, but to be frank, it's not. And I'll try to portray and illustrate why it's not that morbid of an idea. For an idea, it's not that scary. So where does this idea come from? I was actually going through my Twitter account right now, and I saw CRPS, that is Central Reserve Police Force. CRPF, yeah, right. Central Reserve Police Force Twitter handle, and I saw there were few soldiers, I would say, policemen, soldiers, border control, who lost their life recently, and they were given tributes. So, from the perspective of people who lose their life on the line of control or on the borders, I was thinking what goes into their mind. The Many people are not scared of the idea of death, but they're scared of pain that happens when the pain that they feel when you are about to die. So that's the idea, the thought of the pain is often taken as the fear of death. And I've said many times that we do not fear the darkness, but we fear what's there in the darkness which we cannot comprehend or see. So that's the whole point here. That's what I'm trying to portray. So I don't think many of us are afraid of dying, but we are afraid of pain of death. But there are a few things that may go into your mind when you're about to die. Now, I'm not saying this from experience, of course. Have never come across such situations in which I'm almost dead or I'm almost, I'm on the verge of death or I had some operation or accident or anything which may cause death. So it never happened to me. Yeah, there was a time when I was almost, when when an accident almost happened, but it didn't happen in the end. So yeah, I'm alive and I'm right here making videos. So yeah, the idea of death again. So the pain which I mean, okay, the moments before you, uh, what might be your thoughts, what might be your feelings when you're about to die. So that's what I'm trying to highlight here. So I think there could be many feelings, thoughts, emotions that may go on. I've read, and I've listened to mm, interviews and some of the writings in which a spectator was able to know what was going on in the dying person's mind because he told him that whatever was going on in his mind. So the dying person told him that he is recalling everything that has happened in his life till now, and everything seemed meaningless. So there was this one thing that happened, everything seemed meaningless. Second thing, kind of light, you know, light could be seen in his. He could see some sort of light or something like that, and that's the second thing, which is quite weird if you do not follow the Eastern philosophy. Mm, yes, I know. If you do not follow, or you do not like, or you do not uh, have much knowledge or thought about uh, the death cycle, which is all right. Oh, by the way, I got my glasses. If you might have noticed. Okay, so that's the first thought that comes into your mind. First thought. Everything that has happened in life you recall. Second, you experience some sort of highest force in form of light. And third, which is very morbid, you feel that you will be saved, your life will be spared, your life will be all right, and you will be brought back, and you become unconscious with that thought, and you die in your sleep. This is the third thing that I've read and I've seen a few interviews of people, so I know that not very comprehensive here, but again, I'm not making this video for you guys. I'm just making this video for my own self to rewatch it, perhaps to understand what I thought at that particular time. At this particular time, this is what I was thinking about death after watching those CRPF officers. So yeah. Mm, so what I wanted to convey is that why the idea of death shouldn't be that scary. And first of all, the idea of death is scary because we don't even know how it will feel. We have an idea of what pain can be felt. We have an idea of it. Um, not very, not very stable idea. It's not a very comprehended or very felt idea, but we got a gist of it. Whenever you get an injury, you feel the pain, and that pain stimulates a few neurological signals in your brain. So the we have a very basic idea of what it may feel like, but apart from that, we do not have much idea about it. So death, of course, when we'll die, we'll feel some sort of pain, but altogether, I don't think death is very death is a very scary idea, a very you know a very a thing to be afraid of, a thing to I don't know, man. I'm getting a little confused here of what I want to actually say. So I guess let me just keep on trying to tell you what's going on in my mind. So, so I think the idea of death is not scary. I wanted to prove it, and I want to try to understand why I feel so. So I guess when you die, you leave this world. You are no longer in your existence, and you no longer mm, you'll no longer be part of any activities that will happen in life of people you know. I guess that's people you know or people in general. So that's one aspect of it which can make it quite scary. Think about it. If your one of your friends suddenly disappear from your life, or you are that friend, how do you feel? So that kind of feeling is also something to be kind of to be to be to be scared of, to be afraid of. That's the idea of which we may be afraid of. That's one thing. Okay, I'm kind of losing track here. So the idea of death isn't scary. It shouldn't be scary on that terms uh, because of a truth that everyone of us. when everything, in fact, whatever exists in this world, in this universe, I don't know about universe, but in this world has to end one day. That is one truth that we all have to accept. And especially we have human beings which are very fragile. We have to disappear from this world one day or another, due to some disease, accident, natural cause. It could be anything. So, so if this idea is very clear in our mind, why should we be even afraid of death in terms of losing the friends and not being able to meet them again? Yes, that might sound a little selfish on your part, because you're not thinking about the other person. Okay, I mean, how would the other person feel when you die? You're already, me as a person, I'm already considering my own self at the time of death. That sounds a little selfish. How I would feel of my death, not the others. I'm not really concerned about it, since from what I'm saying right now. Maybe I'll have, but okay, okay. So I think people have to have to accept this idea of death very carefully, very thoughtfully. That everyone have to die, and once a person is gone, is it's gone. Is gone. Um, and it's about cherishing those memories rather than missing the person, rather than only missing the person. It's important to cherish those memories. So yes, that's one thing that's clear now. There are other aspects which I would like to talk about, but I think I was not very comprehensive when I started making this vlog. I had an idea. I was looking at those martyred, um, those soldiers, those police officers, and I had this thought: why people fear death? I had this question. I personally, not very proud of saying this, but I personally am not really afraid of death. Perhaps I am afraid of pain, but death itself, I don't think I'm afraid of it. Not as of now. I don't know. Perhaps I'm just saying this because I've never experienced such situations in which I, I may die. But there are certain feelings which you have and you're very confident about them. It's one of them. I'm confident about this, like I was confident about the natural disaster. I won't be afraid of any natural disasters. I was confident about it, but nothing happened in my life until when I was in class ninth. There was an earthquake, and everyone was rushing out of the building, and I was not chilled, but I was not afraid at all. I was concerned about getting people out of the building. And I see panicky in people's eyes, and that time I was not panicked. Not trying to show off, but that's a thing that has happened. And I was sure about this before as well. So, okay, that's all I wanted to talk about. I have to close the vlog, I have to end the vlog now, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Peace.